Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Kaleidoscope Soul Dreams and my name is Kathleen or Kat. I am so pleased to have you here with me today. Today's session is energy work, Reiki, for waiting out your problems. And I feel like this might be kind of weirdly controversial, perhaps, or perhaps not controversial, but I'm not entirely certain what the right word is. We live in a culture that is very focused on action, very action-oriented, very impatient. We want things now. We want things to change immediately, and that's not how life works. Mostly, things don't change overnight. Mostly, it takes time and repeated effort, and sometimes it just takes time. For me, my kind of best example of this in my own life, I had very severe depression for, counting mentally, about 8 years of my life. And in just the last year, really, is when my depression really turned a corner. And I mostly do credit that to a change in life circumstances. And there wasn't something I could have done to make that change come about sooner. It was one that was very time and effort dependent. And yeah, so sometimes time is what you need. And so this is a session for waiting out your problems and for patience while you do that. The tea that I'm drinking today is called Ice Wine. It is by Murchie's. There is no alcohol in this. It's just tea. But it's one that I find very soothing and sort of calming and sweet. It's actually quite sweet without any sweetener added to it. So it's one that I find very soothing and sweet and just sort of cooling and calming even when I'm drinking it as a hot tea like I am now. So that is what I'm drinking, and I'm just sort of, as I take in the energy of this tea, I'm just sort of radiating that out to you. So, as I said, just sort of radiating out this soothing and calming and sweet energy. Because sometimes when you're in a tough situation and you can't do anything about it right now, that's what you need. What you need is something soothing and calming and sweet. So, do highly recommend this tea. Do highly recommend Murchie's in general. They're my favorite tea company, as I believe I've mentioned once or twice before. So, last sip, and let's get into it. Today, for our candle, we just have a lovely little tea light, and with it, have some leopard skin Jasper that I'm going to be adding to this tea light. Let me see if I can get this little bag open without spilling my tea light on the ground. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to add one, two, three chips of this leopard skin Jasper. I'm just spacing them evenly around the wick, and let me go grab some matches. So, with these matches, okay, here we go. I'm just going to hold this right here. And together, let's set our intention. So I set the intention in the most medicinal ease and balance on behalf of our best and brightest selves, for the highest good of all, to conduct this energetic session, this Reiki session, for the purpose of patience, for the purpose of waiting out problems. For the purpose of letting time pass by. If you have your own intention to set, that is this is the time to do it. So I'm just going to leave this candle up for just a moment longer. All right. So with our intentions burning brightly, let's start with some clearing and some cleansing. And today what I'm using for this is this vintage clothes brush. This belonged to my great-grandfather, and then it belonged to my grandfather. Now it belongs to me. And I knew as soon as I saw this that it would make a wonderful energetic tool. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to brush down your aura. I'm going to brush off any energetic lint, any, energetic sort of clinging pet hair or any of your own hair, any energetic debris that that is not in service of the highest good and that we do not want left on us, on our energetic bodies. So I'm just going to brush down your side and down your front. And down your other side. And down your back. Just keep brushing down your energetic field. I sort of feel quite called to do some brushing. I know you can't really see me, but I feel quite called to do some brushing down here at sort of the front of your feet. The phrase old shoes is popping into my head. I'm not sure why. And at your the side of your dominant knee, is another place that I'm feeling called to brush away some energy. And then also at the front of your torso. Okay. I'm just going to do one last sweep over your head and down the back of your head and down your back, just catching any last stray bits of energetic lint. So next we have our incense. This is an amber incense, which I felt would be appropriate, and it does smell really wonderful. It smells a little bit like honey almost. I'm gonna light this off of our candle.
going to trace some of the Reiki symbols in front of your heart center. Now I'm just going to send the energy of this incense through your system. Sort of gently wave this into your energetic body. For patience, for letting yourself wait. And above your crown, just sort of gently waving that down through your center. I'm just going to let this burn itself out over here. So I have a few stones that I'm going to use. Then I'm going to gently brush through your energetic field, your energetic body, and that I'm going to sort of arrange them at your feet to sort of pull your energy down and in, and to kind of consolidate is the word that's coming to mind, to sort of bring in and contain. And so the first stone is this Petrified Wood piece. And this is just for the theme, the idea, the idea of long stretches of time that lead to beauty. Because this is a beautiful piece. And it would not be possible, the existence of this would not be possible without a lot of time and the right elements coming together. So I'm just sort of gently waving this through your energetic body, feeling called to the left hip area. just going to place this at your feet. Our next stone is Optical Calcite. Optical Calcite. Optical Calcite. I love this stone. It's such a wonderful one. And so Optical Calcite is for allowing yourself to see things from a different angle, for allowing yourself to come to a new perspective, for allowing yourself to have a certain clarity of perception. So I'm just channeling Reiki energy to you. Through this stone so that it channels the energy of this stone to you. Feeling kind of called to the right back hip. And the right back, the shoulder blade, sort of the right upper back. I'm just going to place this one at your feet as well. The next stone I have for you is Honey Calcite. When I was quite depressed, this was one of my favorite stones. Because this stone has a really lovely texture on it, this piece. This stone is what I like to call the mood boost stone. It's just, it has like a warm and soothing and gentle energy, and it's just so lovely and soothing and comforting, and it feels kind of like the stone version, the energy version of a hug from one of your favorite people. So I'm going to just hold this at the small of your back for a moment, for a couple of moments. And just as I'm doing that, channel Reiki energy to you. I'm going to place this one at your feet with the others. Okay. So the next stone that I have for our session is actually a pair of stones. This is the Leopard skin Jasper. 2 slightly different shades of it. Let's see if we can get a view of that for you. It's one, and here's the other. Can't see this one quite as well. Yeah, wow. I love leopard skin jasper because it is wonderful for pulling in beneficial influences into your life, for pulling in the things that will help your life go a little bit better. It won't cause drastic change, and you might not notice it, but it will improve things, even if it's only in a small way. And so these leopard skin jaspers I'm going to place in your palms. I'm going to place these, one in your dominant palm and one in your receptive palm. And so I'm just going to let you hold on to these, and I'm going to go grab our next item. So this spray, our spray for today, is made with camphor, frankincense, and vanilla. And as I get ready to send the energy of these oils suspended in water to you, I just want to talk for a second about privilege. It is a huge privilege to be able to live the life that you choose. And at least in America, I don't know about other parts of the world, but at least in America, there can be an element of blame around personal responsibility for your life. And if your life is not going the way that you had planned, or if your life is not going the way that you would choose, people can say, oh, well, you must have done something to make it not what you want, or you must have done something to make it the way that it is. And that's not necessarily true. So there can be a lot of judgment around sort of this idea that you have a responsibility to make your life better, that you have a responsibility to make your life into the life that you would choose for yourself. And that may be possible, and it may not be possible. But either way, that judgment that you should be doing that is a burden. So this spray, we're still intending patience, we're still intending waiting out your problems. But this spray is to help you see the beauty in where you are now. So I'm just gonna spray down your front, over your crown, and down your back, to your sides, and at your feet. I'm going to spray my hands. This smells fantastic. So I'm just going to gently bring this idea into your field of finding what is beautiful in the moments that you are living, finding what is sweet, finding what is divine. Finding what draws you closer to the good. So, I want you to think, I want you to imagine, while I'm sort of massaging a little bit, working this sweetness seeking idea into your field, I want you to imagine time. And I want you to imagine time as a wave on the ocean shore. Maybe you live somewhere where there are sandy beaches. Maybe you live somewhere where there aren't any beaches at all. But in the part of the world that I live in, the beaches are mostly rock, which I personally love, but a lot of people don't. And so let's just imagine time as a wave, an ocean wave, moving against the beach. Time, imagining time as a wave crashing against the shore. And wearing the rocks into sand. Imagine the ocean wearing your problems into sand. And just for right now, let go of those problems. Give them up to the ocean. And let the ocean begin to transmute those problems for you. So I'm going to spritz this spray through your field one more time. Just all the way around your heart center. And at your heart. Let's just bring that in. Bring that into your heart. So the very last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the harmony symbol at your root chakra for a gentle grounding. And let this energy soothe you when your experience gets to be too much. Because there can be times when the problems you're experiencing feel so big, so insurmountable, that you don't know what to do. And when that happens, I would just invite you to return to that imagination exercise of giving your problems over to the ocean to be transmuted, to be turned from rocks into sand. I'm just sending you a little bit more Reiki energy to close off our session. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so grateful for this chance to connect with you across time and space. I'm so grateful for the energy that forms this bridge between us. And so, I'm sending you endless love, and I wish you peace as you move forward on your path.